just yourself. So you should take care of yourself. And it really, like, hearing from your village or hearing from someone that means something to you, it really can change your day or your perspective of yourself when you're sitting in the closet crying.
Something small.
100% it can. 100%.
Right? Or, hey, you're not going to have a pity party today. You're going to get out of the bed. You're going to get out of the closet. You're going to get out of where you're going.
And we're going drinking.
I'm going drinking. Well,
we're going drinking.
In moderation.
Moderation, yes.
Or I'm going for a walk.
Yeah.
Or I'm going for coffee. Or I'm going for great food. Or...
I'm going to be driving past your house. Do you need anything? Mm-hmm. I can't stay long, but I'm thinking of you and you might need this.
So the smaller almost the better.
Yeah.
Just small steps, baby steps.
I've even just, porch dropped Dutch Bros to a friend that I knew was having a rough day. And I know what her favorite is.
And it's always best when it's Dutch Bros.
So I'll porch drop and then just text her and be like, special delivery. Yeah. Check your porch. Just something
There's always something unexpected that kind of shocks you out of it.
A small, thoughtful gesture, I think, goes a long way.
And like, there really isn't a, guideline for divorce. There's books, there's podcasts that are amazing. There's other people's experiences. Like, then you're like, oh shit, then mine's easy. Yep. There wasn't like a, stalker murder thing. You can get through by the experiences of others if you just take what resonates with you and, know each, like, I think I made a conscious decision every day when I was going through it. It's like, today I'm going to cry less. Today I'm going to smile more. Today I'm going to greet more people. Today I'm not going to be so sad because I'm broke. Like,
attainable goals.
Yeah. So it really is steps. Step by step by step. So from self-love mentally, how would you say self-love physically has changed? Like, you're like, no one's ever going to want to date me again. Or I did not think I was good looking or worth or even beautiful, pretty, all those words that we ascertain with, like, in the female perspective.
So do you remember when you were online dating, you remember that someone first nudged you or contacted you? You were like, wow.
Yeah, I was like, wow, he's 90. That's awesome. Awesome.
What's wrong with 90?
They need love too.
Yeah, they need love. Thank you.
I'm like, this is definitely a sugar daddy
He was
moment.
probably born in 1960. Damn, he's old.
And think about it. At 90, his gene probably doesn't work that well. You probably wouldn't have had to do much.
Got money.
Just saying.
Money, baby.
Sorry, Lance.
Money.
Love you.
Money.
Money.
No, I'm talking about before Lance, though. What was that
so,
first?
Like the first where I was like, I'm going to go on a date. What?
And you're like, hey, a little pep in your step.
Yeah, it was, it was definitely one of those where, like, I was in control of the situation, I thought. So I was like going to a restaurant where the people I knew owned it. I already had talked to, like, the lady. I was like, hey, girl, like, I got a date. I don't know how to do this. This is the first one since, like, 1880.
Dang.
Or 1980. 1990.
It's all the Aquanet in your brain, right?
Right? And then, so, like, I don't know and then she's the one who told me about the code words, like,
Oh, at the bar?
The bartenders can ask, and you can tell the bartender, like, so they would get you a Uber, blah, 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 blah. And so it went fine.
But was it, like, scary? Like,
it was scary.
Were you, like, scary?
The scariest part is I've been to this place at least 35 times, right? Because I would go there for dinner. If I didn't have my son, I'd hang out, knew the owner and her husband. And I'd go in and sit at the bar. This time it was like, okay.
I'm waiting for somebody.
I know people.
Someone's going to show.
Everybody's looking at you because you got a date, and you're usually in there and you don't have a date because you didn't want to date anybody because you hate everybody. And now you have a date, and do we get a booth? Or do we sit at the bar? And what do I eat? Can I eat? Like, and I actually have, like, what I want to have to eat because what I normally have? Or do I have to be prim and proper? Or, like, what if he doesn't like me? What if he says in the middle of it?
That was my thing.
I'm out. And you're like,
that was my thing. Are they going to like me?
So
that was huge.
That was clearly before the 0 fucks then.
Yeah.
Oh, way before the 0 fucks.
Okay.
The 0 fucks came about 3 weeks before I met Lance.
Okay.
Because
please explain the 0 fucks.
I remember
it's probably
that,
different
actually.
than what the people are listening to, but
so I had serial dated a little, and then I got into like he said, I'm not dating anybody else. What are you doing? And I was like, well, I can't think of like my own, I can't decide what I want for breakfast, dinner, or lunch. So if I'm with you and we've been on multiple dates. You're the only one I'm talking to. Yes, I had people sliding in my DMs, but I wasn't responding to them and I wasn't making dates, because that's what the cool kids say.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
here or there, I'm sure.
Yep.
Oh, lots of I told you, I literally could do like War and Peace size novel with them. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't have to use full page. I could use like little tiny like passport picture ones and still fill a book that big. So anyway,
just a word to the wise for the men.
Don't send dick pics.
Penises do not photograph well. I don't care what size, shape, color it is. It does not look good in a picture.
Like, send me a fucking cute turtle. Like a turtle. Be like, hey, that's
turtle pic.
Yeah.
Turtle pic.
Turtle pic would be like, okay, penises kind of look like the head of a turtle. But the turtle's cute. Penises are not cute.
Send me a picture of your pots and pans, not your penis.
Yeah, like, what are you working with?
Yeah.
Got,
what are you working with?
You got like copper pots? Or are you working with like,
cast iron?
Cast iron. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you doing like Gordon Ramsay style? Or are you like, Walmart,
you got a popcorn
lowest
popper,
bottom shelf? Like, we've all been there. Yeah.
You got Jiffy Pop. What you got?
Is your pan disposable? And it's crazy. Like, as you get older, you're like, oh, I got a new vacuum. Just don't give it to me on my birthday or Christmas. I'll fucking murder you.
Amen.
There's nothing wrong with a good...
Shut your face already. Just stop talking.
There's nothing wrong with a good...
Lance, we have discussed the light. We have discussed the light.
A good household appliance for Mother's Day.
I love my light. It's
Mother's
very bright and shows my beauty. Okay.
So one time, I gave my ex a washer and dryer for Mother's Day. Needs to say I kept it for the divorce.
I bet you did.
And bet she was like, take your fucking washer and dryer.
Right? She's like, take that shit too on the way out.
And wash your damn clothes for once.
Hey, that and the vacuum. That's a different story.
I mean, I do love my vacuum. I'm so glad I got it in divorce.
So how can we apply the toys she brought to self?
Oh, we're going to do some.
Do I get to?
Yeah. Why do you eat strawberries? Is that like a whole chocolate dipping like?
No, I because that stupid cleanse I have to eat every so often and take pills and all that nonsense. So that'll be while I'm here.
Oh, okay.
So we're cleansing during the podcast. All right. Cleansing and
cleansing
toys.
your vagina with new toys? What? That's a whole other section.
What state is that?
So why she starts putting toys out, I'm going to read this too. How you practice self-love, becoming mindful. So being aware of what you like. And especially when you said, I just want someone to like me.
Yep.
When you get to that and you've had like a great connection, a triple orgasm machine just came out.
Tom.
Like,
it's Tom.
It's Tom. Hey, Tom. Oh, she's got Tom. Your face. There are toys on the table. Woo!
And nothing's even out of the box yet.
I know you haven't even seen
matter.
it. He is overwhelmed.
Can I open the box?
That is a huge box. Like,
I open the box?
You can open the box.
There's a lot of padding in there.
No, there's not.
No, there's not.
Tom.
If
If your woman starts saying Tom, that does not mean that she has someone else on the side. That just means that there is a beautiful machine in front of her.
So
Get a grip. Ooh.
So what is that? Get a grip.
That would be for you.
What is it for?
Oh, David.
For gripping.
All right, you keep bringing out toys. Okay,
I'll
ready?
keep bringing them out.
All right, being mindful. People who have more self-love tend to know what they think, want, and feel. Like
what?
Kama Sutra might be your thing.
Yeah.
Taking actions based on needs rather than wants.
It's a velvet bag.
I need you to rub my butt. I need you to play with my hair. I need you to kiss on the left side of my neck. So communication and what you need.
Workout gloves.
Rather than... I'm trying to read. Practicing good self-care. You will love yourself more
God, it's hot in here. Let me turn on the air.
People high in self-love nourish themselves daily throughout healthy activities such as nutrition, exercise, proper sleep, intimacy, and social interaction. Oh my God, David, stop.
Oh.
Making room for healthy habits.
We're going to have to move the camera down a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You may.
We need to put your water here. Ooh.
I got all kinds of stuff.
Massage oil. We got gloves. We got Get a
Well,
grip.
with V-Day coming, I thought.
Valentine's, we will have these links up too. So you can, it may not make it here in time for Valentine's Day, but then it's like an extra gift. Be like, baby,
That's right.
ooh, who's coming?
And I do have gifts, not with me, but I do sell gift certificates. So you can have one of those for Valentine's
And then they
Day
can pick out their own toy.
Or,
I mean,
Yep.
you might be like, oh, she needs a starter. No, she needs a Tom.
So obviously, this is a form of self-love.
This is absolutely self-love. And the reason I love pure romance and this, it's not just about getting off. It's seriously, like, it's not just about having an orgasm. It's not about, there's a lot of things that and your partner can use. What?
Orgasm. What's that?
Well, if for women, we can have, Kelly, go. I mean, tell us what an orgasm is, because he doesn't know. And apparently, if he's 61, he's been, sorry.
I'm sorry that you don't know what it is at 61. That's really sad.
Anyway, Kelly, what do you have for us?
Why are you
Cameras
showing
on
me
you.
pictures? You know what happens when
Don't
you
look
show
at
me
that.
pictures?
No,
I see the
No, I'm trying to get a view.
For a moment, I was like, what pictures? What?
Yeah.
the devil podcast.
No, she's
I'm a squirrel. I get. Well, have people seen that?
Look at that.
This?
She
no.
is.
This lovely? Yeah, so.
Yeah,
friends,
so there you are.
That look
So
at
there you
us.
are.
This is our vagina picture, but it's
It's over there, I guess.
It's actually a tooth, but us, it looks like a vagina.
It does look like
okay.
a vagina.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, go ahead. I've got some
Please,
questions.
if you had a question, go ahead.
No, I don't want to start.
Okay,
I don't wanna start.
when Rachel first invited me back and said we were going to talk about Valentine's stuff, I thought, okay, well, let me put together some stuff that I would think would be for Valentine's. So I tried to put together stuff that was just for girls, just for boys, and for couples together. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And that. We're having fun. We don't know about David, but we're having fun.
Obviously.
I will admit I didn't bring a lot of our lotions and potions with me. A ton of Bath and Beauty stuff. So if you are looking,
smell so good.
They do. And if you're looking to do a more what I would consider a mild gift, like if you're not in that level of
if you're not into bondage yet,
you're not ready to give them a toy.
This goes on your bed somewhere. I mean, you
actually, no, it doesn't.
Oh,
We'll get to it.
Is this a swing? Oh, sorry.
We'll
See,
get
I'm
to
getting
it.
excited.
See?
Sorry.
You get ahead of yourself, girl.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Touchy.
That's okay. So if you're new in your relationship, or if you're celebrating a galentine or a buddy or whatever, then I would suggest obviously the Bath and Beauty stuff, which are all pheromone infused. Just saying.
So they work good for bees?
Pheromones?
Oh.
Never mind.
I didn't get it.
Never mind. Wah, wah, wah. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, but I didn't bring a lot of that stuff with me because that's like self-explanatory. It's like bubble bath and all that kind of stuff. I brought the fun stuff with me instead. So my thought was, if I was planning a Valentine, or if somebody contacted me and said, I need to put together a Valentine gift for my SO, what can I do? So I thought,
Significant other.
I thought massage was my first inkling. So I brought some stuff for that. So these massage gloves are freaking amazing. Textured on both sides. So this one is kind of more of like a relaxing massage. And then this one is kind of super invigorating and like stimulating and whatever. So,
and
then you pair it up with some massage oil that is also pheromone infused.
Is it exothermic or endothermic? Does it provide heat?
It does not.
Okay, just checking.
However,
you're supposed to provide the heat, David.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
The friction.
And absorbs really nicely. It's not going to leave you feeling like you fried chicken on your back. Like it absorbs.
I like fried chicken.
Now I'm hungry.
But not on your back.
I like fried chicken. On your back front?
You want
Now
it to
I'm
absorb
hungry.
in, So those are the first two massage things. And then the other massage thing that I wanted to show you, which is super fun.
Oh my God, this is
a
awesome.
visual and it's awesome. And I hope I blow your mind.
This is actually good for
late.
women too. I know we're talking about sexy time, but
Yes.
this is also good for cramps. If you have a sore neck, you have this. I have this. It's amazing.
Mastitis. Is that how you say that?
Mm-hmm. For boobies that are sore.
For moms who are nursing, period cramps. It works for so many things.
You have a stiff neck because you.
If your kids do sports here in Colorado, it's fucking cold outside all the time, even in the spring. If your kids do sports, put this little bad boy in your kangaroo pocket and you're warm the whole game. Just saying.
Yep.
And it's snow.
Can you freeze it too?
You cannot freeze it. This one is just for hot.
Oh.
But there's like a little thingy in there.
Watch. Okay, so see how it's liquid, right?
Mm-hmm.
See that little metal disc?
Mm-hmm.
You pop that, and now feel what's happening. It's getting hot and hard.
Ooh, ooh. Just like your man.
That's right.
Exothermic.
So
look at him using big words.
It's hot.
Right? It gets up to 129 degrees. So it's like having a hot stone massage at home.
So how do you
and completely
undo it?
reusable. So once it stays hot for probably about
It's
an hour.
hot. Like
it is, yeah.
Damn.
It stays hot for about an hour.
You got sensitive hands.
And then you have to wait for it to completely cool. And then you boil it in water for 10 minutes.
Not hot. What are you, a pussy?
Wow.
You-
No, I'm not. But
You,
but that one thing is.
You boil it in water for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And it goes back to its
And it
liquid
also
state.
cleans it because, like, if you've
So
been
it's-
touching it and rubbing places with it, now you've boiled it and now it's clean. And
So
then
it's completely reusable as well.
it's
So it's awesome.
I'm
It's
always cold,
One of
too.
our biggest sellers. And
You know
again,
you
with
want one.
Valentine's Day being a heart, like what?
look
how
at,
much
look
is a
at how
better gift?
perfect this
Like
gift is.
truly,
Can you see?
I've given this gift to girlfriends of mine and just be like, I love you so much. Thank you for being part of my life. You know, my kids' teachers. Get
I
these.
heart you.
Yep, my kids' teachers get them totally.
Yeah.
So that's kind of for massage.
Isn't that awesome?
Play with it, please do.
That's what
feel
she
free
said. He said.
To knead it around and all that good stuff.
Alrighty.
The next mild thing I would say that I brought with me is the hot date night cards. This is kind of like grown up truth or dare.
Oh.
So you can choose your level of hot, hotter, or hottest. And it's just a fun little with your partner. You know, pick a couple cards, play the whole game, however you choose. But
Is it open? Can we see examples?
Yes,
oh,
please.
examples.
Oh, let's read it. I'm already self-loving with these because my hands are always cold. My spine is always cold.
Yes.
These are awesome. These are so good.
Okay.
It was cold.
Some of them are like,
Willing.
this one is hot, and
All
this
right.
one isn't a
Read
or a
it.
question as much. It's more of a thing to do. So it says share strawberries and champagne. See who looks the sexiest when they take a bite.
Oh, you have
That's
strawberries
hot.
too. That's mild.
I would say the hot is the base.
Oh,
the base.
That's the
okay.
lowest one.
And then
give
they
us
get
give us a
give us a naughty
course.
one, a devil one, a divorce devil one.
Divorce devil.
All right.
You know why? Because we're having coffee talk.
Coffee.
Hotter,
It's coffee.
Coffee talk.
Oh my god.
hottest.
Hottest.
Here we
Hottest.
go. Here we go. All right. Tie your partner up and perform oral sex on them. Try using a warming lubricant like Sensations, I happen to have with me, to really turn up the heat.
Oh.
So time up after?
Or
time up
oh,
during?
listen.
Tie 'em up
What's the other
before.
stuff?
Okay.
The good head.
Good head. Yep.
You can use a little good head. Yeah, tie him up. Good head. Gag reflex goes away.
All that is Robitussin. That's a Robitussin.
Robitussin on it.
What's the Robitussin on it?
That might burn a penis. That might burn a penis.
All right, I can't get those back in.
It's okay. We'll help you clean
We'll
up.
do it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll clean up in aisle. Woo. It's hot here.
Since they just talked about sensations, let's talk about lubes because that's fun.
Oh, and
Okay.
it's very important to lube, apparently.
So
is.
which one is better? Like I asked you before. Is it silicone or water-based?
It depends what you're doing and what you're using in the moment. If it's just you and your partner and you're in bed, really it doesn't matter. It's really more of a personal preference. If you are involving any kind of water play or anything like that, you definitely want to use silicone because it will last longer. It also depends on the acts that you're doing. So I was going to get to that, but I'll get to it now. So the penis is actually a very porous organ. And so as quickly as a woman makes lubrication, the man is soaking it right back up again. So
Take that. Take
that's
that.
why
Damn sponges.
that's why lubrication is really super important. And I know I've talked to so many women and they're like, oh, I get plenty wet. Well, good for you, girl.
Sponge.
But
so
I'm telling you, you still need it. Micro tears
Damn.
are a real thing. And
Micro tears.
and they breed bacteria and infections and all
Oh,
that stuff. Like it is a real thing.
Oh,
So
we don't want them in the
you
vagina.
don't want them.
No.
So like this is my biggest seller.
I'm like, "Grr."
David literally is like,
I love it. This one is my biggest seller, and it is a water-based lubricant, and it's called Just Like Me, and it actually mimics exactly what a woman's natural lubrication actually
Does it
feels
have a
like.
taste?
This one is sugar glazed donut. If you'd like to try a taste of it,
That's okay.
it actually really does taste
I'll
yummy.
spray it on him.
I love donuts.
It's a pump, not a spray.
Oh, here, pump you. You're
Um,
going to get
Ooh.
all in.
the thing that's awesome about Just Like Me is it has
Dang.
oh right
Oh, that's yummy.
dessert without the calories.
Amy's.
Peace out, Dunkin' Donuts.
Amy's.
And the awesome thing about Just Like Me is it has a re-wetting agent. So, because you guys are porous and you're soaking it all up, if you feel like you're starting to get a little dry, Add a little water, go play in the shower, go play in the hot tub, have them give you oral. Anything that adds new moisture to it is going to bring it right back. Phew, which is way cool. Just saying. So that is, like I said, that's the water-based lubricant. Now, for a silicone-based lubricant, you want to use that if you are going to do any kind of backdoor play, because the backdoor does not lubricate itself.
Oh, what's the other stuff? The anal ease.
Anal ease is a little bit different. That's not exactly a lubricant. That's more of a numbing. It's sort of like Oragel for your backdoor.
Oragel is used for the mouth.
Yes.
And we have a dentist.
Yeah.
What? Look at how full circle that came.
For those of you that are blessed to have partners that are blessed, anal ease can sometimes be helpful because the first few times could be painful.
We never do that.
I've got topical downstairs, but that's okay.
There you go.
Oh, wait. There's a dentist like nitrogen? Like
nitrous oxide.
Nitrous oxide.
I don't have that.
I went the wrong way. Oh my God, my brain. Okay.
And then the next lubricant I have with me is Sensations, the one that was mentioned in that card. Sensations is a warming lubricant. So this one is not so much, I wouldn't suggest for actual intercourse. This is more for like oral favors and play for that because it tastes really good. And what you do is when you put it on, you kind of go, and it warms.
Oh, damn.
It warms.
What just happened?
And it gets tingly. So ladies, this is what I always say. If your man is always bugging you for oral sex, hide this bad boy under the couch. Wait till there's a commercial break and be like, I'm going to blow your mind on the commercial and we're going to be back in time for the show. Pull it out from under the couch, pump a little on there, give it a little, he ain't going to know what hit him. 2 and 2, like Chuck Woolery used to say, and you'll be back watching just like us.
2 and 2.
Just saying. Well, this is
Woolery.
rather.
Okay,
she brought
so
Chuck
that's why
Woolery
I
up in
did.
here.
I'm old school, huh?
Listen to that. I mean, if nothing else, you people, just the presentation that's in your home, it's intimate with friends, family. This company really does empower women to be like, you know what? I don't have to be in control. We both can be mates. But like, there's other things to do. Like, it doesn't always have to be full on intercourse. It doesn't always have to be full on like someone. Both people have to get pleasure. Just like, because my thing is being with my partner.
Yes.
It could just make it different, and so you don't get in a stale relationship, and you don't get to where like, is there something else out there that you know? And I think a lot of I can only speak for myself. It's like, is someone else better? You know. So,
I think that too many folks think that intimacy and sex are interchangeable words.
Yeah.
And they are not.
No.
At all. And you can absolutely have fantastic intimacy with somebody and never have sex with them.
Yeah. Cut my grass. David likes, when someone cuts the grass naked. That could be intimate. Okay. All right, what's up?
Okay. So what do I want to show next? What do I want to show next? I don't know what to show next. Lubricants we talked about. Ooh, this is a good one. This is called Like a Virgin. In my house, we call it Madonna so that the kids don't know what we're talking about.
Like a virgin.
Or maybe like a prayer, but that's okay.
Like a Virgin is an alum-based tightening cream. So
wait, does that work for your face and like your
I have other
gels?
I have other
okay.
for your face.
I'm starting to feel like the wrinkles.
If you have a partner that maybe isn't as lengthy or girthy as you would have liked, try a little bit of just Like a Virgin. Put it in about an hour beforehand. And
I got so many questions.
And it's going to last about 24 hours for you.
So is it for the guy or for the girl?
It's for the girl.
And it's tightening up the flaps.
It is.
Oh,
she inserts into her vaginal
so she's
canal.
having like an instant rejuvenation.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a
she's having vag lipo.
It's a vaginoplasty without the downtime.
Without the downtime.
And it only lasts 24 hours.
Okay.
But that's 24
Can you like
hours.
sit in a vat of that? I mean, like, I didn't know. Like,
now,
hey,
I will tell you,
ice
it tells you on the back to put a pea-size amount. No joke. Put a pea-size amount.
It'll like shut that thing up, boy.
I have had ladies reach out to me and say, I got a little heavy-handed with the Like a Virgin, and we didn't have any sex that night because he couldn't get in. So
that closes the door.
It's not one of those bigger is better, more is better.
Yeah.
It's not. Really follow the directions.
More is
So like if you're newly dating and you get this and you put it on by accident and you're dating, be like, damn, she's tight.
Right?
She never had sex before. That's what you think.
That's right. That's right.
Girls, there's benefits to all. I love this. I keep smacking it and like
I know.
I play with it constantly.
that's what a little harder.
Daddy.
Love it.
Ow, that hurt my hand.
Okay. For a more mild, I know we kind of went past
This is
the
my
mild
favorite.
quick, but Basic
Everything's
Instinct.
your favorite.
Basic Instinct
No,
is
no.
my favorite thing. So this is
I literally order this all the time.
it is a synthetic pheromone roll-on.
Wait, are you flowery or sweet?
I'm flowery.
Okay, put yours on.
Okay.
I'll put it on, and then
You
David
can put some
smell
on
it.
too, actually, because it's unisex. So what it is because it's a pheromone roll-on. What it will do is it will react with your body chemistry. So
Okay.
it literally,
Kind of like Axe body spray.
No, so
it
smell
literally
mine.
smells different on every single person,
Yep.
fruity.
and
Yep.
We smell yours.
Smells different.
Yeah, and then I'll smell hers. Hers is flowery.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it literally will smell
flowery.
different on every single person.
It messes.
and-
it mixes with your body chemistry.
It does. And it will even smell different on you, especially for women during different times of their cycle, depending upon what's going on in your body at that moment. It is unisex.
Heaven help us.
I rubbed it everywhere.
And-
You're welcome.
Though it does have an awesome smell all by itself, it is the kind of thing that if you have a favorite, say you wear, Coco Chanel or whatever it is every day, layer it with, and it's just going to enhance. It's not going to compete, which is
Gotcha.
really nice. Okay.
I smell great, by the way. I love me. Self-love me.
You smell grape?
I a little, maybe.
Okay. All right.
Little grape.
Okay.
I smell fruity, but I am fruity, so we know it's...
You have others? I have other stuff that's not as wild, but do you want me to go to that stuff?
Yes.
Go to the toys!
Okay.
Especially because now toys don't have to have batteries because, we want to save the planet a little bit.
That's right.
And
So almost all of our toys, we only have one or two that are still plug attachments. Almost all of them are USB chargeable, which is kind of
so you can charge on the go.
But
Yes,
what
you
happens
can.
if you didn't pre-charge?
You're SOL.
so then you buy two.
I mean, just get a long cord.
Truth.
Okay.
Truth.
I
Okay.
mean, they have those 10-footers,
So we
10
will
feet.
start.
I'm talking cords, not... Oh, well. Hey, baby.
Should we start with the girl toys or the boy
Yeah,
toys?
let's start with boys because I think girls
Okay.
always generally have to go first, but not on
Okay.
this show.
We'll start with boys first. then.
Boys
Okay.
first. Let's
So
go.
boy toy, this is Get a
God.
Grip.
Wait, I just want David. like,
Ready?
where's his face? His face is not on here.
Hi, everybody.
So this is Get a Grip, and Get a Grip is a masturbation sleeve. It
She said
is-
masturbation sleeve.
I sure did. It is double-sided or double textured, I should say.
Yeah, look at that hole.
So the inside, I obviously am not a man. I don't have a penis, but I have been told, and the research says that texture feels a lot like us.
You do not have to get a blow up doll anymore. You can get a grip.
And this other outside, I have been told, feels similar to backdoor play, but again, don't have a penis. Have no idea if I can.
David, touch it. Touch it, David. We need better camera for you touching it.
No.
Yes. Yes.
So
He inverted it inverted.
Mhm.
Turned it inside out.
Yep.
Have you not ever
The jury's still
played
out for that
with
one.
your man parts?
I will tell you that every single person that I have gotten feedback from that is positive.
Does it clean up well?
It does clean pretty easily, actually. Yes.
Can you put it in the dishwasher? No.
You could not because ew.
Yep.
Just saying.
Right next to the china.
Yes. Okay. So with this guy, you're going to want to use a creamy lubricant, which I didn't even know existed until I
Wow.
started with this company. So we have one called Whipped. Okay. And this one is vanilla cupcake flavored. So it literally tastes like vanilla icing. It's delicious. So if you incorporate oral favors in the beginning, you've got that. But I'm going to show you a little visual. So
Sorry.
you're Romeo and you're Juliet. So Juliet, make your fist. Romeo. Okay. Try and get in her. Like really try and get your finger in there.
Yeah, there's nothing getting there.
Okay. Now put your finger in there.
Oh!
Slides right in.
Whoa!
Just saying, the power of lube,
It
friends.
does taste good.
The power of lube.
Oh, it smells good too.
It's so yummy.
For those of you who aren't watching YouTube,
What? I'm sorry, what?
I love it.
For those of you who do not go to YouTube and just listen to us, I made a fist. He tried to stick his finger in, didn't work. She put this little cream stuff on. Oh, he got right in.
Yep.
That means go to YouTube.
That means go to YouTube.
Yes, go to YouTube. So that is.
I mean, you can use your imagination too, because like we just described it, because we're so awesome at describing the things that are.
Put on my cupcakes.
It's pretty yummy. Again,
I mean,
without the
if that's what you call it, is her.
Uh-oh.
Is that what we call Valerie's?
You know what? I'm
Cupcake.
taking out right now.
Hold on.
Oh my God. It's big.
You're going to love it because you know what his name is?
David.
It's Dr. D. I love it. That's Dr. D.
He suctions to the
that's
table.
the one you put on the side of the shower.
He suctions.
Oh, sound effects. I love our sound effects.
So obviously get a grip, pretty self-explanatory, but yeah.
We have visuals. I love
Let
it.
me see Dr. D.
Okay.
Hi, buddy.
I have one more toy for boys.
This is for boys?
This is for boys. That's not for boys.
Okay. I thought that was a boy toy. I was going to say.
It can be for boys, I suppose.
we don't
Boys-
judge.
I was going to say there are lots of boys who might play with that.
Yes.
More power to you boys, whoever
I
you wanna
just
play
like
with.
that noise.
I technically have two more boy toys, but one of them is a couple's. So the next boy toy we talked about the last time I was here. I remember I said we have vibrators for boys.
Yes.
I brought it.
Oh,
That's the one with the
you can see
ring?
it. No.
Oh! I never see it. Oh, I did see this.
We've nicknamed him Magneto because it's kind of what it looks like.
Yes, he does.
Oh my God! It's a helmet.
But he's got all those lovely textures in there.
Hey.
So
Oh,
he's vibrating.
hey.
I will pass him over. You're
Oh!
welcome to feel, play, touch.
Wom, wom, wom.
And it's built in such a way that it will accommodate length and girth on many different sizes. Because
Wom.
of that
You are
crack
peeling
down
that
front.
apart like investigation. It's not a mouth, David.
There are multiple speeds. If you hit the button on the back, you can increase and change the.
Put it to the mic. Oh,
Yeah.
Which button?
brushing your teeth?
Yes, this is the toothbrush. No, sorry. Teeth brush.
Teeth brush.
Like it.
Oh yeah, because you don't just do one.
Oh.
Yeah. Patterns and everything. Okay.
You don't even see this, people, because he's like jamming,
Right?
To like Snoop coming on the
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl.
It's like Dr. Dre, man.
Just need to get the big chain on him. And yeah.
So that is
That
this
does
guy,
look like Magneto, though. It
right?
does.
Doesn't
Yeah.
he? Totally look like
does.
Magneto.
Now everybody Google Magneto if you don't know.
Right. There's just a little plug for. Yep.
Don't hit it.
Okay.
Stop hitting it.
Let's see what's next.
I mean, don't you like a little slap to it?
okay.
Well.
You talked about a ring, so I've got one of those too.
Oh, I got one of these.
Oh, like a ring
Yeah, but
doorbell.
This is fun for everybody.
like a ring doorbell.
No.
So this is the Calypso.
And then you clip your penis in there.
I have shown this and I have had ladies say to me, "Oh, that's not going to work for my man." Well, first of all, so sorry to hear. Second of all,
Yes. it's
don't
gonna
fucking
work.
tell me he ain't fitting in that. Because if he's not fitting in that, I want to see a damn picture.
Then
Just
he's a
saying.
horse, and we know how David feels about
that one.
bestiality.
Email me a picture. Here, let me turn it on
Yep.
for you first.
She's
So,
like, I got
The nice thing about the ring is, so it vibrates obviously all the way around. So it's going to vibrate on the base of the penis. This is intended to work us as
So you wear it up, not down.
well. It depends.
Flap or flip.
because
Flap
if-
or flip.
If you decide to flip around and do doggy style, then you just do that, and now she's still getting it, and you now have the bonus of this guy against your testicles, which apparently is quite pleasurable.
So
have
that, if
those,
you need
but-
a visual, can go.
With a ring, lube is a must. It's not
Hey,
even a suggestion.
mean-
It has to happen. It has
Because
to.
there's a lot of friction.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't
it
want to get
has
micro
to.
tears.
So is that lube that's a cream?
Mhm.
Is it water based or silicone based?
Whipped is
Oh, asking questions.
Gotta be
that
water
is
based.
a good question.
You got all the.
Question.
Oh, look at that. Good
I think
question.
it's water based.
It is water based.
Yeah.
You're right. It
Okay.
is. Mm-hmm.
See, look at that. She learned something on my show.
That's right.
I mean, just this, like, yeah. I mean, top, bottom.
So that's kind of what I've got for guys, helmet, and now into the
Spaceballs.
Couples.
I mean,
John Candy.
That's
got
right.
it. I mean, the Schwartz.
Here you go.
The Schwartz be with you.
I'm your father.
That's what you're going to be telling her when she puts that on you.
I'm going to save this one for the end because it's so good.
Instead of who's your daddy, I'm your father.
Okay.
Who's your father?
This is the new favorite bestseller. This is for the
Apparently,
girls.
I don't know how to turn this off. Oh, there's a little
Hold
thing.
it down.
Where am I holding? Oh, the little power button.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
this, like, you can't see, but that's where you plug it in. You stick it in that little hole there, and it's like a little...
Charge.
Yeah,
USB.
the little charge.
Is it
no, it's not a
USB-C or
No,
USB?
it's a little pokey. It's a pokey one.
It's a pokey one.
No, it's USB.
Thank you.
That is USB?
Yeah.
Yes.
The other end of it is USB.
Oh, yeah. That's what but the other end is a little pokey.
You're killing me.
This is the Adventurer.
This is why this podcast works.
That looks like something that...
you
lube in your body.
Do you have this one?
This is what I got, and I was like, I didn't know I needed it.
Okay. This is our newest and a personal favorite, first
I
of all.
feel like it's a little manatee.
It does.
Yes.
It's like a manatee.
It's cute.
This part, oh my God. Oh my God. It's hot. I'm getting sweaty.
It's double-ended. Okay. So it has individual controls. So
if you're a screamer, if you're a moaner, if you're whatever, this is going to take you to a different... I'm getting sweaty.
But what I love about the toy is like what you're saying, you may be loud, but the toy is not loud. And that's one of the things I find about vibrators a lot is that there's no discretion. Your whole house knows if you are self-loving at at moment. The Adventurer is really quiet, which I love.
And it's not very, like a lot of these can be pricey, but you are worth.
You are worth.
This one's like $100?
79, I believe.
79.
Oh, no, maybe this one is 100.
Okay,
I can't remember now off the top of my head.
Right here.
Okay, so what does it do?
So this end I've turned on, and this little guy is vibrating.
Okay, put it on the mic.
This is a clitoral stimulator.
That is like a power tool.
I was instructed that the tip of your nose has a similar number of nerve endings as the good spot. So if you ever want to know how intense something's going to feel, that's where you test it. So you can put it right there and see kind of what it feels.
I need David to put that on his nose. Come on, babe. Put that on there, babe.
Oh,
that's what it would feel
like. As it feels wonderful, right?
Yes. It makes me want to sneeze.
No, I can't wait.
Okay.
Can you do the sucky part on it?
Okay.
So, you're going to do the sucky part on your nose.
So this side is vibrating. Now, the other side, the circular side, is actually not suction.
Whatever it is.
It feels like suction, but suction can actually be painful for some women. So instead of suction, this is a different kind of airflow technology. It's actually little puffs of air. So it feels like suction,
kind of like
but
airport
it's not.
security. Airport security.
So I'm going to turn off the other side.
There's airport security? What?
Yeah, they got that little thing they put you in and you hold your hands up and go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pew, pew.
Okay, so that's turned up. This one is harder to feel on your nose, but
I think the little pinky.
Oh, I turned it
the little
down.
pinky.
So there you go.
Freaking manatee.
It is a manatee.
So you basically close that circle over.
Put your pinky in there.
The magic button.
And that's on your clitoris.
Mm-hmm.
And
it simulates suction.
It simulates his favorite word, which is
copulate.
Cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus. David loves to say that word, but why are you saying it?
But cunnilingus is the whole art, not just this art.
Yeah.
That's true. But that's
he's enjoying this, folks, because it's using both ends.
That's our new bestseller. It actually is the second generation. We had an airflow. We had an airflow technology one before that. It's called the Womanizer. And actually,
womanizer.
It actually has more speeds for the airflow, but it was only one-sided. Whereas this one is kind of the upgrade because you have both textures.
So this is like the tongue part.
I was just going to say, I've heard from many women they use this end first and really kind of get themselves over the edge, and then
the chargers
finish off with the other end.
So the one's the tongue side, and the other one is the lips.
Yeah, kind of. Very much so. Very much so.
Dang.
That's old school. Hey, that's old school.
Okay.
This is like,
Adventurer.
This is like college.
I never thought
college experience.
A manatee could do that to a woman.
Manatees. They are the sea cows.
Yep. The sea cows of the world.
I mean, it's definitely producing some milk. after.
Yep.
Sea cow. It's creamy. It's nice. Yeah.
Make sure you're
Can you make butter?
make sure you're sitting down, laying down somewhere that you're not having to stand.
Don't be standing up.
Yeah, because you get a little dizzy. A little dizzy.
Idea.
You get a little, ooh, that's tears.
You end up with a
happy
concussion
tears.
or a contusion or something.
Happy tears.
Can I get a name in? So that's Adventurer.
Self-care at Divorce Devil.
That's right.
Yes. And we are divas with our
piece de resistance.
Yes, I'm a diva.
I'm a diva.
The piece de resistance.
I am
for
a
women.
self-care diva.
This is Tom. So, Tom, they did a poll of women and they asked, what are you looking for in a sex toy? What is the thing that makes you buy a sex toy?
Okay, turn him on.
The top 3 things were
Turn us on.
the rabbity type front to stimulate up
Yipper.
front, the metal beads that rotate inside that help the G-spot, and thrusting action, which most toys do not have because it's a new technology.
It's a
However,
triple threat.
This is another reason women are becoming empowered, because when we decide to be with someone and we pick a partner, and like most people want a forever partner or a partner that's going to fulfill them in more than just sexual acts. They need to stimulate our brain. They need to stimulate our mind, our heart, our soul, our everything. Men need to realize, and again, I feel like equality is definitely where I'm at, where like we equally need to know that we can produce pleasure for our partner, where it's always like, okay, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, I'm done with you, I'm going to discard you. There's so many women that will just open their legs and do the thing, but they have to, impress all of us. And so, and I'm hoping that men are at that too. It's not just a physical thing. They need to have a partner who's like intellectually stimulating, that, I can come to you and be vulnerable and all this other stuff. And what is the most vulnerable that we are? And it's when we are having intimate relations with someone. I think the biggest, I keep saying the word flex for women, is when we pick you as a partner and we want to be confident in our partnership and our relationships and all that stuff. We don't need you for a lot of things now. And I think someone said, like, we don't need you to buy a house, a car. We don't need you to have a career. We don't need you to vote. We don't need you to sign a permission slip that we are mentally stable, because, what does that even mean now? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times women, when they were construed as crazy or whatever, it was because we weren't feeling heard. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times divorce happens because you don't feel like you're heard. And I think that was one of my things. I wasn't heard or validated in my education, my growing up, and white trash, whatever it was. And those things that I have also put in myself. We don't need you now, but we want you. Mm-hmm. And we want to be a part of a couple. These toys can bring us to a different level of coupleship, but we also know that, like, I can get off just as great. I may not have.
A man is not intimidated.
Yeah, I think a lot of men are like that.
I was just about to say that.
That's where narcissism comes in.
That is one of the biggest things I hear when I have parties. So the way that a party works is I kind of give my demonstration and I go through all the information, and they can ask any questions and test things out.
Let me ask my husband if I can buy that.
But then we meet privately in the shopping room so that I can get to know them and their needs and what they're looking for without an audience.
Yeah.
And the thing I hear most often in the shopping room is, I'm interested in this or whatever it is, but my husband would never let me have a toy. And when I ask them, well, tell me more about that. Why is that? He's intimidated. He thinks that he's going to be replaced. And so here's what I tell those wives. Number one, this piece of silicone might give me an orgasm. It's not going to give me companionship. It's not going to give me respect.
Or pay the bill.
It's not going to give me love.
Well,
friendship.
If you start a business like this, it could, because a lot of women want all these toys, and it'd be like, okay, so my paycheck is this.
The other thing,
my paycheck is this.
The other thing I tell them is when approaching your partner about that, because like we talked about last time,
maybe she needs a divorce.
The bedroom, when you're about to, is not the time to talk about that.
Yeah, no,
because it's you're too emotional, you're too involved. It's a conversation that you have when you're calm.
And like men, we want to be satisfied. We want we want our partner to want us enough to say, hey, did you have an orgasm? Did you
and you
enjoy
want them
this?
to be involved too.
Right. Yeah. And because one-sided sex is this.
Right.
This is what this is. And
then what happens is that women buy these for themselves and they hide them and they only use them in secrecy and they feel dirty about it. And it perpetuates that whole cycle that women should not enjoy sex. And that's bullshit.
And that's a lot of things people don't realize is we have been subjugated. And, you are just the whole to my pleasure.
Right. Whereas we're not supposed to have pleasure. We're just there as the receptacle.
Don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And as soon as you do, you're a whore. You're a slut. You're this. Even if you're married and you want to have sex, like, okay, you want to have sex every day? Okay, great. Like, there are times where women feel like if I'm not being asked to have sex, I'm not pretty. Mm-hmm. And I've fallen into that even recently. Like, oh, wait, like we were sick. We had this, we had that. Things are busy. And I was like, it's been this long. It's been this long. Like, I know that you love me. Mm-hmm. I know that it is, but I'm so safe in myself and my relationship that I'll be like, did I do something? Right. Like, this is how I'm feeling and this is why I'm feeling it. But it's literally just been like exhaustion, sickness, kids, life, work.
But you can have that conversation.
But you can. In my other one, if I would have been like, I would have just been like, oh, I'm going to go use my toy because he doesn't want me. Mm-hmm. Or I'm not desirable.
You're blessed that you and Lance have that kind of communication and that he is an open-minded guy and not easily threatened. Oh, and not all of the male partners are that way. So what I tell women when they tell me that he wouldn't be on board, I explain to them, put it in terms that are easier for him to get. So say to this.
Not dumb it down, but just like say, hey, this is what I'm thinking.
So that he can see the perspective that is not a threat. And this is the perspective I give them. Do you like ice cream? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Ice cream by itself is awesome, right? Mm-hmm. It's fabulous. Yeah. Do you like ice cream with sprinkles and chocolate sauce and whipped cream and all that stuff? Yeah. But you don't have that every time you have ice cream, right?
No.
Mm.
That's what toys are. Toys are the sprinkles and the chocolate sauce and all that you put on your ice cream.
Man, you slap them upside the head.
Right?
Bam, I'm going to get some ice cream.
Have some ice cream anytime you want. Yeah. But once in a while, throw on some sprinkles.
Sprinkles,
get
baby.
the jimmies and the sprinkles.
So, let me show you Tom, though, because I need to show you Tom. Okay. Come on. Turn on.
Tom's got stage fright.
Tom does have stage fright, apparently. Tom didn't want to work yesterday.
There it is. Sprinkles.
Come on. He's flashing at me like he doesn't want to work. Oh, my God. Really?
Of course, because you're on.
Because you need him to work.
Stage fright is a thing. Stage fright is a thing. And it's an
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Listen. Whoa. Oh.
Damn.
So that's Tom thrusting.
Tom is busy.
And spinning.
Oh, he is going up and down.
And round.
Feel free to. Yeah. Oh. So Tom, for those of you that are not watching on YouTube, Tom's shaft thrusts up and down.
And you got the little bunny
And there's
ears.
metal beads inside that spin around the shaft. So that's going to work your G-spot.
You can tell when people are comfortable in a room talking about subjects like this because a lot of times it really is a secret. It really is like you can be in a group of people and say one thing and feel that like I shouldn't be talking about that because I'm a mom or I'm a teacher or I'm a nurse. I'm a this, I'm a that. This is one of the most, I think, healing things to learn that after you feel like you're in a divorce, especially with divorce. I mean, Kelly is married and we have all gone through stages in our marriages where we're like, why are we here? Or where are we going from here? And, maybe the sex is missing. Maybe the communication missing. Maybe the guilt of being divorced and going through this and failing and like failing the kids and all this other stuff. And, this right here, I feel like can help you heal and not feel like such a failure. Where like, I know I like this. I may not like the back door, but if a partner is willing to be patient or bring some lube or bring something and try something, I might learn that I like something else.
Communication.
Exactly. Yes. And like, I'm not saying that Lance likes everything that I say. Like, we need every single toy. We need the bondage. We need the red room. We need this. Because, girl, like, I've released the beast. There is bondage stuff I'm holding.
Break it up.
I do have some of this. And
you had asked about this guy earlier. This is called the Sexy Spreader.
Oh yeah, this is a spreader of your
like the spring. Not the spring. The swing, kind of like a version of the swing.
Oh goodness.
Sort of. This part goes around behind your neck, and these are to hold up your ankles.
Oh, I'm gonna do the whole podcast like this. It's almost sensual.
So
what's happening?
That's the vanilla bondage kit. So for those of you ladies who have read, or gentlemen, I guess, who have read 50 Shades, and you're kind of like,
I tried to read
excuse
that,
me, we're not 50 Shades here. We are. What's your books?
2 Shades.
Damsel in Defense. Thank you.
Damsel in Defense, which is the female perspective of that other book we will not mention.
Well, thank you.
And the only reason I have a hard time is because the title of the main character's name is my son's name, so I got to change it to Channing. So when you read these books, it's a woman's perspective of being in control, but also figuring out what she needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
basically, she's been burned so many times that
she gives no fucks.
She gives no fucks. She's Rachel. She's Rachel, gives no fucks, and then ends up. I mean, we won't tell you what happens in the books. Ripped.
We'll tell you what happens in the books. You should read them because they really are women empowered. I feel like they were empowering for women, but they also give you the perspective of a safety when there's such chaos.
Shake, shake, shake.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
That's what I have shared the books, and I've had, friends buy the books, and, I definitely am about women empowering, but I also want people to know that men can feel safe with toys, especially when your woman is saying, hey, like, I don't know how well this is going to feel. I don't know what it feels like to have a penis, but I want to help you find the most pleasure because I love you so much.
Absolutely.
And I already know that I love toys.
And think about it. The word themselves, toys. Toys mean fun. Toys mean play.
Yeah.
Kids have hours of enjoyment.
The thing is, like, you can tell me, like, that one doesn't do anything for me. That's okay. It still may do something for me. But when we're together, the toy I'm going to use, or the cream, or the lotion, or the massage, or the heat, or the, I'm going to tie you up. Even though you're 6-something,
that's right.
I'm going to tie you up because I'm in control. You ain't the boss of me.
That's right.
But, it's one of those things, like, control doesn't have to be demeaning. It doesn't have to be like, I'm in charge of your life. This stuff here, I want people to be like, I'm going to try it. I don't like
playful.
it. I never have to do it again. It's like Cards for Humanity, but like physical.
It is. It's like, empowering to be playful with your partner.
Pick what you like. Pick the best ending. What are we going to get from this? Are we going to end up just, after a while? Like, it's like sometimes when you watch, because I used to watch porn because why not?
Mm-hmm.
But how far do you get into porn?
Right.
Is it, I'm watching the whole thing because my partner sucks? Or am I watching 5 minutes because it's on?
Right.
And, they say lingerie is the appealing thing. How long does lingerie last?
Not very long.
5 seconds?
Yeah.
So I just spent a bunch of money for lingerie. I mean, unless you've got these things tied up to you. And your lingerie has all these fun stuff. But these can show your partner pleasure that they never knew they had. And now that's something else that's bonding you.
Absolutely.
That,
It shouldn't be, sex shouldn't be transactional. And
yeah,
I think
no.
too often, even in relationships, it becomes that.
And I think
it should be playful. I think you should be laughing in the bedroom, even when you're having sex. I mean, not laughing at each other, but playfully laughing. I mean, I can't tell you how many times.
Oh, throw your hip out, honey. Sorry.
I accidentally laid on your hair, or something silly like that.
Yeah.
But it should. I mean,
do you like that? He's smelling all the stuff now.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, every single one of us is here because of sex. Yeah. Every single one of us.
Yeah.
Not one person is alive because of anything else.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of test tube babies out there.
Well, I guess.
But I mean, the sperm and the egg.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not the most important part of a relationship by far, but that's one of the things that I always talk about at my parties.
It is definitely a stress reliever, though.
That I think that's one of the things. Pure Romance as a company, it's our goal and our mission to be the premier in total women's wellness.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at a lot of wellness companies, intimacy is the one piece that they leave out.
Yeah.
They talk about your health and your eating habits and your sleeping habits and your exercise and all that stuff, and they leave out intimacy. And that is a huge piece.
Well,
it's
especially
huge.
now, too, because mental health
is
at such an all-time high of, I don't know how to express myself. But if I know how to love myself, whether it's with toys or with journaling or, going to get a massage or going for a walk, if we learned to be more willing to accept other people for all this stuff that they do, we'd have less offensive. I'm offended. I'm a this. I'm 100%. That. And I'm, religion, all these things that come into when sex is in play it really is personal experience. And when you're going through divorce, what is the biggest thing you do? I have regrets of things I didn't do. Why not try a toy?
That's right.
Why not try a lotion? And if you don't want to go all toy, like there's bubble baths. Take time for yourself with a bubble bath.
Absolutely.
Take time for yourself. I'm going to shave my legs today. Woohoo. I might get lucky. So there's a lot of things that go into that preparedness.
And even if you're not going to get lucky, do it for your damn self.
Exactly.
Just because it feels good.
I might pleasure myself because I shaved my legs and it feels so soft.
That's right.
So like there's a lot of things that go into intimate things. And like even not in your sexual relationship, you're intimate in a lot of relationships in your world. And if you are confident in yourself, you might get that promotion. You might get that podcast. You might, have another viewer. You might help someone give no fucks. You might help someone like, what? I didn't realize I didn't like clitoral stimulation and I liked this better and I like that better. And then, you know what? Now that new partner that I have can experience things that he enjoyed because I'm willing to enjoy things too.
That was the biggest thing for me, and that was the power shift for me. And sort of what made me do this was, I think we had talked briefly about it on the last time I was here. I was sexually abused as a child over the course of 7 years by a family member. And that really changed the way that I looked at sexuality and sex and myself in that role. Because especially for women, sex has always been so secretive, I didn't feel like I had an outlet of who I could talk to. So I liked sex, but I didn't feel like I was allowed to like sex, especially because of what happened to me. That I felt like I should be anti-sex at that point, but I wasn't. And so that's one of the things that has been so impactful for me with working with this company is it gives me the opportunity now to empower other women in that situation that didn't feel sexually empowered before to say, you know what? It's okay for me to have an orgasm and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I don't have to feel bad about that.
And you're not, working in the, red light district. You don't have to necessarily. Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of it too is, just from being the professional I am, they say a lot of young women who are abused young, they either become promiscuous or they become turned inward. And so like, if someone wants to have sex with them, they're bad. And then now they're a victim again because they're married, they have this stuff and all this stuff related to it is bad. Or they become more like, I'm just going to give it because people are taking it from me. So here you go. And
that was my perspective after my abuse ended. I kind of felt like, well, that was my definer. That's how I felt at the time, that was my definer. And so I thought, okay, well, then I'm going to be the best damn at that I can be. Yeah. And I'm going to decide the who and I'm going to decide the when and all of that.
And a lot of people that are abused become controlling in it. And it's like, this is how it's going to be. This is how I'm going to do it. Cause they were controlled and their innocence was taken. So now that it becomes their weapon.
It's almost like they become the abuser.
Yeah. And that happens with a lot of things like, most or a lot of people who are abused become an abuser so they can make people feel how they feel so they don't have to actually feel what they're feeling. And this can help people like
totally,
just because I like to be tied down doesn't mean I like to be tied down when I was either raped or molested or this or that. That doesn't mean that I have to change things that I liked because I was conditioned to it. You get to work through what
all of it through
you're accidentally.
And the biggest thing at the end of the day is having a partner that you can trust and communicate openly with.
Yeah.
That really is.
And once you give no fucks, seriously, again, once you really don't give a shit what other people think about you and your sexual activity and you're this and you're that and all the things that come into your life, it's when
almost like you're free.
You are. Yeah. You do. And
now that's not to say that there's not something to be said for people who are just out there for the hookup. And if that's your thing, great.
Yeah. As long as you communicate it. Yeah. Communicate it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if it's not, it's okay to have these conversations.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. And it really should be happening because I mean, like that's the basics of your relationship is
I didn't realize communication actually meant to have a talk. It wasn't just like, I'm going to talk at you, you're going to talk at me, there's a fight, or you don't. And so communication to me is like figuring out in my head, like I have a problem, there's something wrong, I'm not talking, I'm not doing this, I'm, walking around the house upset, being like, stop, what's wrong? Communicate to him like, hey, my mood right now has nothing to do with you, but I don't know why I feel like this. And here's why this is happening. And something will trigger you. And like I said, I had the conversation where I was like, is something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Because I'm always that pleaser and I don't want anybody to be sad. Communication really is figuring out how you perceive things. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know why I'm like this, but being able to say to my partner, hey, I don't know why I'm feeling that is such a big thing for me. Because I was always like, shut down. I've grown up in the era too, like children should be seen and not heard. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, well that should be like, if I'm not in the conversation, I shouldn't be heard. Well, no, I'm going to interrupt you now because
I want to be heard.
Mm-hmm. And then, you do a podcast and you're like, it really is healing and being able to present this, like, there's gloves that can give you a massage and just make you feel like you're embraced, you're loved.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be from someone else.
All right, ladies. Damn.
It's a good long one.
It was a good long one. Thank you for having me.
Who doesn't like a good long one?
119.
Woo! I think that's our longest one.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Definitely my longest one.
We definitely want to thank Kelly for coming by.
Thank you for having me again.
Showing us things. Bringing
Valentine's Day around the corner, loving your partner, loving yourself. If you're single, like figure out what you love.
Men and women.
Men and women, yeah.
That's the other thing I was going to say earlier is I think as much as I love this company and love how empowering of women we are and all of that, it has to be for the men too. It's not just about us. Yeah. And there are a lot of men out there that have sexual hangups or have been abused or whatever. And I think that more light needs to be shed on that. Yeah. And on those men that sometimes struggle a little bit. Yeah. That's okay too. That doesn't mean you're any less of a man.
And there's men that like don't know how to talk to a woman because they've been rejected or they divorced. Like we'll be like, oh, well, shit, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to be a player. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And all she wants me, like, if I'm going to give her good penis, then she's going to stick around. Well, no, that's not really what it's about. But if you can be like, hey, David, just because you stir your cereal with your penis doesn't mean it's the right way to do it.
Always add sugar to the Frosted Flakes. That's all I got to say.
Don't even talk to me about Frosted Flakes. I buy a box and it's gone within a day. I'm like, piss me off. I might have to go home and buy some Frosted Flakes.
All right, everybody out there. Well, thanks for listening and watching.
Yeah.
Be sure to tune into YouTube.
Oh, YouTube is fun. I mean, we did pretty good job of explaining some, but Dave, you didn't have it on your.
What?
You didn't have the camera on you.
I know. On purpose. Hello.
Let's just say, friends, it was very fun watching him squirm.
I never squirm. I've said all this. Come on.
Oh, come on.
All right.
You don't use this in the dentist life.
Some of it. Not most of it. Some of it. All right, everybody. Have a nice night.
Good night.
Bye. Episode what?
61.
All right. Bye-bye.